Welcome to Management 440, Entrepreneurship. Let's start off by looking at some of these questions. Are you graduating soon, worried about getting a job, have student loans, don't know how you're going to pay them back, willing to take any job just for the money? Are you in a job right now, but really don't want to make a career out of it, or maybe have no idea what you really want to do? If your answer is yes to any of these, 440 is for you. So welcome on board and let's get started. We're going to start off by imagining. Imagining your real job is doing what you really love, makes lots of money doing it, future's unlimited. Let's suppose we could offer all those things in Management 440. What we'll do in Management 440 is help you find your passion, create a company based on that passion, have you make money doing it, and we'll go through the stages of your company. First, you'd start as a part-time gig, secondary income while you're working a full-time job that maybe you don't really love, and potential to become full-time. Okay, here's the requirements. No need to have an idea. In this course, we'll help you find an idea. No money, zero money to get this company started. All we need you to do is throw yourself into Management 440, and I'll be around forever for the rest of your life as your mentor. As you grow it and you need help, you can come to me. So let's get started. Let's move on and talk about the course. Okay, first let's talk about the cheat model for digital entrepreneurship. This course will soon be renamed Digital Entrepreneurship. And my model for digital entrepreneurship, and that's sort of what we're going to follow in this course. No idea, no money, no problem. So you'd start off, we're going to help you find your passion. Once you find your passion, we're going to find some way to identify a niche that it fits in, because at some point we want to make some money with it. Choose a product or service. Who's your audience? And that's the key. Now we'll build your business plan, create your social media campaign, and boom, away you go. You're now building your audience. So we'll get you through building your business plan, but you'll be ready once the course is over to set up your website and get moving. Once again, this part-time gig, and I show you the cheat model down on the bottom, everything will be based on affiliate income. And we'll talk about affiliate income later on. And then we'll move to drop shipping, carrying inventory, actually open a bricks and mortar place. And I'll give you examples of some of my students that have done stuff like that. And then you can sell company or you can continue to grow it. So that's the stages that we'll go through here in the course. So welcome to 440 Entrepreneurship. If you need to chase me down, I'm going to be online in Zoom Tuesday and Wednesday, 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. If you need to get in touch with me, send me an email and we'll set up a time that works for both of us. I'll open the Zoom meeting. Make sure and bring your files with you. We can pull up your file, whatever you're working on, and I can help you make any changes you need to make. There's three distinct components of Management 440. We talk about traditional entrepreneurship. We talk about 21st century entrepreneurship, and we actually have you build your own company with this individual project. I put over on the side, for those of you that don't know what a unicorn is, the definition is a startup to $1 billion value within 5 years. And below, I list some of these companies. And what happens, these people started these companies with one employee themselves from nothing, and they grew it up in value in 5 years. So did they use the traditional management techniques that you're learning here in college? Probably some of them. But remember now, if you're a management major, what you are is like a gumbo. You got a little accounting, a little marketing, a little statistics, a little bit of everything. You put it in the pot, but like any gumbo, you can't just throw them in there and expect it to come out well. You have to put parts and pieces at the right time. And so what we're going to do in this course is we're going to show you how to put those parts and pieces together so that you can build this digital company with the right components at the right time. For an overview of the course, beginning to midterm and midterm to final. That's the two distinctive components. So we're going to give you the foundation of entrepreneurship, the traditional entrepreneurship. You'll do that through books and readings. For example, that one of the books is based on traditional entrepreneurship. Midterm to final exam. What we'll do from midterm forward, we'll have all the basic knowledge that you need. And then what you'll do is you'll jump in building that company with a side gig. So those are the distinctive components that we'll go through. Structure of class, the foundation of entrepreneurship, books and reading, two portions, beginning to midterm, and we'll have a research paper and we'll have an individual project. Now the research paper will be before the midterm because you need the knowledge that you'll accumulate, cognitive knowledge from that research paper to use in your individual project. Requirements for the class. No late assignments accepted. Remember that, no late assignments accepted. If something happens and you're not going to be able to do the assignment and do it on a timely basis and you have a legitimate reason, get to me before. Don't get to me after, and we can make arrangements. I expect to professor, mutual respect, professor to student, and student to student. Management 320 is a prerequisite for the course. If you don't have it, they're going to kick you out. And that I don't have any control over that. So make sure you have it, because at some point halfway through the course, they'll kick you out. I sent you in your documents, you'll see a course calendar. And I put it up here. And if you can see, this course, I teach this course in 16 weeks. I teach it in 8 weeks. And I teach it in 4 weeks. What I do, I give the exact same information regardless of the time span of the course. This is a lot of material. It goes real quick. If you get behind, you're going to have to drop the course because there's no catching up. There's no bonus points. There's not anything. So if you get behind, you'll have to drop the course. There's no other alternative. Please register for ProctorU as soon as you possibly can. They're frankly overwhelmed with the COVID-19 business, and that if you want to get a time that works for you, I give you a 2-day spread to register so you can get a time that works for you. We've got some assignments. Early on, I give you some assignments to do a backstory, LinkedIn, Twitter, student introduction. Is this busy work? I don't give you any busy work. We don't do that. Student introduction. You're doing a virtual introduction to your classmates, possible partners in a group project. You'll get experience collaborating online. If you're having a problem, others are having a problem. Look and see who you know in the class, or post something on our forums and say, I'm having this problem. Sharing, updating documents online. Now, if you already have, and I'm going to tell you some of the accounts, the Twitter and other accounts, if you already have them, one of the things that people don't get credit for in some of these is they don't post the information in Moodle. They just open the account. So make sure and post it on Moodle also. The power of your backstory. Most people would say by the time you're 18 to 20, you are the person you're going to be for the rest of your life. Understand you to understand yourself. I post some questions, and when you do this backstory, number the questions and answer the questions. Now, some people, I'll get a 2-sentence response. Some people to each question. Some will give me a page response to each question. This is for you. It's not for me. Dig down, dig deep in yourself, answer those questions, and you'll be surprised what you find. I won't share this information. It'll only be between you and I. Power of the backstory. When we talk about finding your passion, you know your passion. By the time you're 18 or 20 years old, you are who you are, and you know what you enjoy. Jeff Bezos, who's going to fly into space, a girl that was in his 8th grade with him said when Jeff Bezos was in 8th grade, they asked him, what do you want to do? He says, I want to be an astronaut. I want to fly into space. When he got big, rich, and successful, what's the first thing he went back to? He went back to his true passion. You know, everybody thinks all these people that started these companies came out of MIT or Stanford or wherever else, and they had all this technology education, and they could write code and all these other things. Jeff Bezos worked for a venture cap, and he didn't even do that kind of stuff. And he saw a window of opportunity, and that's when he started Amazon. Your backstory is real important for us to understand your passion, for you to understand your passion, for me to help with your passion. Remember the cheat model. It all starts, you find your passion, and then when you're doing things, it's not really work. This is the purpose of your backstory. LinkedIn, employers get found, put keywords in there, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. I had a student, I'll share the LinkedIn information with you as we go along, and she sent me an email and she said, when she was in my class, she got this assignment to do LinkedIn, and she said, oh, here's another one of these instructors loading us up with senseless work. She wrote me back, and it was like 2 semesters after she got out of my class, and she said, she worked in a hospital environment. She said, Dr. Cheek, someone reached out to me on LinkedIn. I got a new job, double my salary. I would have never seen these people. I'd never talked to these people, but they found me on LinkedIn. And she said, thank you, thank you, thank you. All I'm telling you is like the parent that says, it's not for me, it's for you. This is really for you. And that if you take LinkedIn, you take it serious, and you put the things in there that describe what you have experience with and what you would like to do, people will find you. Inevitably, each semester I get someone calling me looking for someone. And I'll say, well, I've got that person I think would work. And the very first thing they ask, what's their LinkedIn? I want to go see them on LinkedIn. No one asks for resumes anymore. First thing they want to do is see your LinkedIn. So spend some time on it. The time you spend will be well worthwhile. Twitter lets us know what's going on. Helps you build relationships in groups. It helps you build relationships. If you're interested in some specialized field, get involved. Find that group on Twitter and get involved. So the goals of, we want to build your foundation knowledge. We want to give you the current best practices out there, and we want to give you then the hands-on application of critical thinking, so that we try to load you as much of that gaining foundation knowledge and current best practices by the time we get to midterm. And then what happens, hands-on, you start building your company. And that's what our goal, our mission is. Give you the foundation knowledge, give you the best practices, the current best practices. Now remember, the best practices are a moving object. Education's never going to stop. You've got to keep eye on the ball because the ball is moving. It doesn't sit still. I give you 3 books to read. Why don't I give so many books? Let's start off with the entrepreneurship book. This is just a traditional entrepreneurship book that takes you through the foundations of entrepreneurship. We're not using MindTap. You don't pay for the MindTap. Just buy the ebook. I sent you a link where you can buy it for $69.99 or something like that. I think you can probably get a better price. The ebook is fine. Your quizzes are going to come from there. The chapter quizzes are on Moodle. They're not on publisher's website. Buy the ebook, get the cheapest book you can. But what we're using it for is, before you can look at the 21st century entrepreneurship, digital entrepreneurship, you got to understand the foundations of traditional entrepreneurship. And that's what this book is for. The Lean Startup, key thing I want you to understand, there's really 2 things. He talks about an MVP, or minimum viable product. He wants you to just, whatever you're going to do, put it out there. Don't wait till it's perfect. And let those early adopters tell you what's wrong with it and clean it up as you go. And the second thing he does, he says pivot. When you see it's not working, or when you see changes that need to be made, move, don't wait. Eric Ries, if you look at this, you click on this link, it'll tell you some information about it. Anytime you talk to any management gurus, they talk about his book and talk about the pivot and the minimum viable product. By the way, one of the biggest problems with entrepreneurs is the lack of action. You've all had ideas of things you could do, but you've never done anything about it. When we finish this class, you should have a template for starting a business. And if you find something you like, you ought to start it in a couple of days and run with it at that point. If it doesn't work, shut it down and do something else. That's what we'll teach you in this class. E-Myth, published in 1995. It's still on the New York Times bestseller list. Provides foundation element required for any business. What it really says, when you start your business, start it as though it's going to be a franchise. You set it up in a way that it can easily be duplicated. You can stamp it out over and over and over. So it's going to be set up with a solid foundation where you can hold people accountable so that if you shops all over, if you know the B.I. Moody College of Business, the Moody Group owns, last I heard, I think 2,800 Burger Kings. Now, do you think they visit every one of those 2,800 Burger Kings? They probably have Burger Kings they've never seen. So they've got some model that they use. They assume that our model assumes is you're going to build your company, you're going to grow it rapidly, and either then absorb other companies or sell yours and move on to something else. No late assignments except for credit. I'm always available for help. I check my emails 3 times a day. First thing in the morning, around lunchtime, and the last thing in the evening before I shut the computer down. Normally, Saturdays and Sundays and holidays, I'm still checking my emails. Don't send me emails. If you need to talk to me, send me an email and say, Dr. Cheek, we need to talk. I'll set up a Zoom meeting and we can meet at a time that works out for you. Ask early, ask often. When in doubt, the only dumb question is the one you don't answer. Hit the ground running. If you don't, I say it'll be dumb. You can't catch up. I'm going to give you a continuous stream of webinars recorded. I'll record them if you can't make them, and then I'll pass them out and I'll post them up on the website. That's all we have today. What I want to tell you is that if you have any problems, please don't hesitate to contact me. I look forward to the semester. It's going to be extremely fast. So please, please hit the ground running. Thank you. I'll get this cleaned up and I'll get it back to you. I should have it posted in a day or so. So thank you, and let's get started, and let's make it a good semester. And if you have any problems, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you very much.